Hey guys, Anja here with Ask Anja. And it's been a minute since I've gone live. I've been doing lots and lots of reels. Thank you guys for such crazy good feedback on my TikToks and reels. Let me know below if you've been, if you're a new follower. Number one, I think I have like 45 new followers, so welcome. Hey Joanna. And I appreciate you. If you're not following me on my reels, please come check it out. Let me know what you think. Guys, happy Sunday. I just want to hop on really quickly and just share some of my grandma's words of wisdom. Number one, you guys know I share my Gma's words of wisdoms from time to time, and just something that I have to remind myself of. So I thought I might remind some of you, because it just seems like there's a lot of people going through some tough times. So drop a 1 if you or someone you know, if you want to share that, it's just feels kind of heavy right now. Unfortunately, I myself have been to a lot of funerals lately. The kids and I have been dropping the programs from the funerals. We have like a bowl, that we drop keys and things in. Aw, thank you. On the table, and I just noticed we have like flowers and the programs there, and it's like, man, and it's just been heavy, and so number one, I just wanted to acknowledge that there's, it's just heavy. It's just a heavy time. So I just wanted to reach out and just let you know that you're not alone, number one. And I feel like there's 3 things I wanted to just share that I find helpful, and just wanted to remind, each of us that they can be helpful. And then just share maybe in the comments if there's some other things that you find helpful. I mean, there's lots of things we can do, right? Hey, Elise. But one is to try not to isolate. I know when I had COVID, and of course we need to quarantine, obviously. Hey, Jeremy. Be responsible, but man, being alone, and I'm so used to being connected on social media just constantly between my team and my clients and talking to you guys, and I had to turn my phone off to rest, and then just being alone in the room, that probably was the worst thing for me, because just getting inside my own head, I had horrible brain fog, and I got depressed, and I just, then the fatigue, so, and it took me a long time to bounce back, and I still struggle with it some, and I had it back in August. So, really isolation is probably the worst thing, I feel like, when things are heavy. So I would just encourage you to, to not be alone. So, get around other people, get outside. Today's here is sunshine. So just, not to be inside alone. That's like probably one of the worst things I think that we can do. My personal opinion, I don't know if a lot of you know, I have a background as an educator and a counselor, and then a mental health professional. I have an LPC, and so that would be my recommendation. I mean, everyone's different, but I think that's overall one of the worst things we can do is isolation. So if you find that you're heavy, emotionally, mentally, is to get outside and be around other people, at the very least animals. I know, man, having Ozzy here has been a saving grace for me when I am alone, just to have at least a pet, right? And to get outside. So if you're feeling like that, like I said, if you're feeling heavy and you want to share, you or someone just drop a 1, just so we can think of you, send positive vibes, pray for you, that type of thing. So number 1, just try not to be alone, and not inside. Number 2 is really to find just a mentor or a podcast, or someone or someone who has been in your situation, going through your situation, can relate, or even better yet, someone who's been through it and gotten on the other side, right? Because here's the thing, when you're in a heavy situation, what we need most really is hope, right? And so when you have hope, when you're hopeless, that's the worst, right? Especially if you're alone, isolated, inside, and hopeless. Like that's like the worst, right? Sorry, I have to get a drink of, guys, this medicine ball tea, if you haven't tried that at Starbucks. Side note, amazing. So if you have someone who's been through what you've been through or what you're going through, and they've made it to the other side, that gives you hope. And because if one person has done it, then it can be done. Or if you've done it before. Sometimes we just have to remind ourselves that we've been through this or something similar or something as difficult before. We have to remind ourselves how strong we are, right? So that's number 2. And then also like music or, something that can just like lift your spirit. Sometimes it can just be like for me, like good music because music can take you back to a happy situation, like 80s music for me, or just, like certain music. And number 3, this was the one I really wanted to share with you guys, is my grandma's wisdom. And I've also heard this from a preacher. It's just, my grandma used to say that you can have a pity party. And that's not to be derogatory, because some things are like valid to be upset about, obviously, right? That's not to minimize anything that you're feeling heavy about. But that was her words, when I would like be feeling sorry for myself or whatever. I don't, like I said, not being grief, right? Right. I mean, seriously, music can take you back to like, even smells. Like I have a candle burning here. Like, smells, music, sound, like it can just take you back to a certain time. Like food, like you don't want to be like dependent on food, but like certain things can just take you to a better place and time that will help you feel better, right? But she used to be like, oh, you can have a pity party, or you can feel sorry for yourself, or you can be down, like even just like legitimately down. But here's the thing, and this is the way she said it, you just don't want to stay down very long. You just don't want to have your party very long, your pity party very long, and you just don't want to invite very many people because you don't want to bring them down with you. So that was her words of wisdom. Now, the way I've heard it now from a mentor in like a little bit more sophisticated way is with emotional IQ, and it's actually a book, is that your higher your emotional IQ is that how far down you go and how long you stay there, right? So the higher your EQ, you just don't go down very far and don't stay there very long. And then from the preacher, I heard that it's almost impossible to be very down or feel sorry for yourself or, that situation if you're focused on others. So that's a coping strategy, is if you find yourself just almost like spiraling, depressed, really focused on how bad things are for you, even if it's like legitimate, like even if it's like true, because you can almost cause yourself to go into a spiral if you just because any one of us can sit here and just like make a laundry list about this freaking sucks, because sometimes it does. But if we focus on it, we get what we focus on, you guys. We attract what we focus on. So focusing on it is not a good strategy, right? So it's almost impossible to focus on ourselves if we're focused on others. So this is what I find, is if we're focused on being a blessing to other people, that will get ourselves out of that spiral. So what I did last weekend, I get to mentor other people in my business. As I have all these business partners, and so I'm blessed to get to mentor all these amazing people. And so I need to keep my EQ up. I can't be a mess, which I definitely get to be a hot mess from time to time, but I have to take another phrase of my grandma, I have to straighten up and fly right, and I have to get myself together so I can mentor other people. And so last weekend, RG, on my Nichols on my team, she was like, we're gonna work on making reels, and we're gonna make ourselves do TikToks and reels, and we're gonna be laughing so hard we're gonna pee our pants. I wish you could be here. And I was like, you know what? You're 2 hours away. I can. So I just got in the car and I drove to her house, and she was just like, you can, you are? And she was so excited. And I'd actually been down. Was just like, oh my gosh, I'm just staying in this house and I just need to get out. And, and that, although I got to be a blessing to she and Janine and spend time with them, and then I actually drove another 5 hours to Jackson, Tennessee and spent time. I got to meet Janine for the first time, and then on my team. And then I got to go and meet Michelle for the first time and spend time with Tammy Stoner and Cindy Connor as well. I ended up driving 15 hours round trip on a weekend, but it was huge. And although they thanked me for my time and my mentoring and even some tough love to Cindy because she did not want to do one, we laughed till we cried. We cried because of some tough times some of them were going through. And I cried over some stuff that I'm going through. But they thanked me for my time, but I needed as much as they did. But I couldn't be focused on anything really about me because I was focusing on them. So guys, I just wanted to remind us, first off, not to isolate. Seek out healthy ways of strategies to overcome, right? Like mentors and like some music and things like that. And then if we focus on being a blessing to other people, then again, we attract what we focus on. So instead of focusing on that negativity, then we will attract positive things when that's what we're putting out. And I got just huge blessings from being around them, even actual gifts. RG, I just commented on these beautiful pieces in her house that she actually sold these, you guys, back when she was in high school, and it actually matches my office makeover. Look, she gave me these as a bowl and a platter. Look at this. Isn't that how sweet that was? And then I helped another team member of mine, business partner of mine, Lori Rinaldi, and over just something. It was actually just my job to help her. And she sent me this beautiful gift that also matched my office. And it says, kindness always comes back. And I know it's backwards, but I just want to share that with you because that just kind of puts a bow on what I'm sharing with you guys. That when we're being kind, it just comes back to us, right? And it's, again, almost impossible to be focused on the challenges that we're having when we're trying to help other people. So, and it's going to lift our spirits too. So again, if it's heavy for you right now, first off, I am sincerely sorry for that. I hope it gets better soon. We do have to walk through those challenges. We do. But it is always, the weight is lighter when we share it with other people, and there are people that want to help you carry that weight. And it's lighter when we decide to focus on other people and help them, and we do it together. So I hope that this was a blessing to you. And I hope you have a very good Sunday. Thanks for tuning in. And if you think that this would help someone else, I hope that you will share it. And I hope that you do follow me and check out my reels. And I hope you enjoy those. I hope you enjoyed my silliness that I just entertain myself, and I hope it entertains you too. I hope they add some value to you, and I appreciate you tuning in, and I will see you later on. See you on the flip side. Thanks so much. Talk to you later. Bye.